Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Joshua and I are here again today, and we're going to demonstrate and talk to you about the old scary prong collar. Oh my gosh, the horror of it all. I swear, if I had $1 for every time someone said, "Oh, there's no way you're going to put that thing on my dog's neck," you'd be pulling up next to my shiny red Ferrari the next time you saw me down here in Memphis. I'm telling you what, this last week, especially this last week, I've had clients come in here and they're like, it sounds like something out of Jerry Clower back in the day. "Oh, Lord have mercy. Just put anything on my dog, Bryan. I've got to have some relief." Okay, so prong collars, they may not look cool, but I tell you what looks even cooler, and that is your dog behaving. That is your dog being perfect. And I'm telling you what, these things can create perfection like none other. All right, what's the difference between a prong collar and a slip collar? Well, the prong collar compresses, the slip collar compresses the one that we showed you in yesterday's video. This one actually is more like mom's teeth on my neck. And remember, that's what we're doing when we're using prong collars and slip collars, is we're tapping into that intra-group control instinct that our dogs still have. Why they grab each other by their necks all the time. Just watch a group of dogs playing and you'll see it. I don't have to really explain that to you or prove it to you. It's right out there. But the slip collar and chain collars, where they are smooth, this one actually has teeth on it. It looks like little dull teeth, and they rest on the neck. And so they tap into that instinct a little bit stronger than what that slip collar does, providing you with definitely much more control. Again, I personally use these for teaching my dogs how to walk next to me. It's a great tool for locomotion. It really is. And you got one mass, two masses moving down the road. One wants to go this way, one wants to go the other way. Big, powerful dog built horizontal to the ground. You're trying to do the good old step right, pull right. But even with a slip collar, you're finding that you're coming up a little bit short. The prong collar can solve that problem for you. It can give you a lot more control that you just were not able to get with the slip collar, or it can fine-tune the dog. It's amazing what these things can do. It can make that sit faster, that down faster, that walk tighter. Really, really, really cool tool. It just is. You just got to get past the darn look. Okay, I'm going to lay it down here on the table because it's probably easier to see if I lay it down here on the table. Prong collars come in a couple of different sizes. You can get them. This is a medium link collar, one of our most popular sizes to use. And then we have the small link collars. And you'll see here, these are small links compared to the other one. Okay, so again, this would be for a dog that's probably up to about 20 pounds. Right here, the lighter link collar. And then the medium would be anything from about 25 to about 75 pounds. And then any dogs over 100 pounds, you'll need to probably go with the extra large links. The problem that I have with anything that has the extra large links, and that's why we don't even have any here in our building, is because the more teeth you have on the neck, the more effective this collar will be. A lot more teeth. Think of it kind of like a hacksaw. Darn little blade has 1,000 teeth on it, and it can cut through steel compared to a saw blade that's used to cut through wood. So again, the larger these links become, the less teeth you have on the dog's neck. And if you'll notice here on this particular model, this is made by Herm Springer. And if you'll come in here, Ashley, and put the camera down on top of it, you'll see the teeth are going in opposite directions. And that's really handy. And that's accomplished by a simple little square here, right here in the middle, to change the direction of the teeth. Because what happens is that it won't slide either way. As soon as you put this on your dog the right way, with the right fitting, it won't move. It'll stay right there. And that's really nice because anytime you have metal on skin, you can create a condition known as pressure necrosis. Just wear a watch really tight or some jewelry really tight and see what happens from there. And and what that can lead to is that anytime you have a chink in your outer armor here, your good old epidermis, you invite a lot of things to now head inside your body. So you can get a little hot spots, things like that. So keep an eye on it. I love the fact that these teeth are in opposite directions, and it keeps it from sliding back and forth because one side grabs when the other slips, and the other side grabs when the other side slips. Really cool. Okay, the other parts about the prong collar, there's a solid ring here in the middle. That's for safety. That keeps the collar from collapsing onto itself. Okay, so never hook your leash to the solid ring. Always hook your leash to the swivel ring. there's a swivel ring. You'll see it just spinning here. That's where you hook the leash. I've had tons of clients over the years. My gosh, I mean, again, this is one of these collars that seems to befuddle a lot of people. They will put it on this regular link here, on the solid ring. And when that happens, that you can have a catastrophic failure on your device. So again, make sure it's always on the swivel ring. Okay, now, hardest part about a prong collar is simply putting it on your dog and taking it off. People make it hard. I definitely recommend that you practice taking this thing apart off your dog. In other words, get used to it before you put it on your dog. Okay, so prong collars come in standard sizes. You got your medium, got your small, you got your extra large. A really neat thing about it is you can add and subtract teeth. So again, as I get in preparation to put this on Captain, I can add and subtract teeth. So there's a link right there. You can purchase extra links. You can make this collar be any size from, geez, about a 14 all the way up to a 28 just by adding more teeth to the collar. All right, so now, if you look at the design of the collar again, looking down, you'll see it's a little bent here at the end. That's so it just doesn't come apart by itself. Doesn't come apart by itself. So therefore, to take this collar apart to put it on your dog, you'll have to squeeze the link at the top and then just pull it out. So again, and when you go to put it on, both of these little links, the tips here, go inside the corresponding little holes over here, and it requires just a little squeeze action and put it right in. Same thing coming out, a little squeeze coming out, a little squeeze going in, and you're good to go. Okay, so definitely practice that off your dog because your dog just may not cooperate right off the bat when you're first putting this on your dog. All right, now size. What is the proper size? Snug. Snug on the neck. This thing was never designed to dangle and then barb your dog. That's not nature. No, nature grabs. So again, we don't want to put this on too loose because that's what we humans like to do, put our collars on our dogs way too loose. No, it needs to be nice and snug. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate with Captain over here. Hey, wake up, dude. There we go. Okay, so now I don't know if this is going to fit him or not. I simply took it apart. I'm going to place it around his neck and hook it back together. Now, with Captain, I can get a good 4 fingers underneath here, so that's actually too loose. I would want to take out one more tooth for Captain. So now I'm going to take it apart again, squeeze, comes apart, and now I'm going to take out a tooth. But of course, I happen to have an even amount of teeth on each side of the square. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and just pull a link off of one side. You can have an odd number of links on the side of the directional changing square. And now, same thing. Put it on your dog. I just recommend how you hold it. Once you take it apart, dangle it right there. Make sure your chains are clear. Grab the other end and go around your dog's neck. Make sure you don't hook the ears. Put it on right there, and then there's your swivel ring, and you're now ready to attach your dog's leash, and you're ready to go to work. So it should be snug like this. Notice I can still get a few fingers underneath here. No problem. You just don't want it so tight. Of course, you'll know that if your dog's going, I can't breathe. Yeah, add another link to it. Common sense here. But again, if it's just dangling loose on your dog's neck, that's not going to be as effective, and it can actually poke the dog with the links there. So you don't want that. Okay, so now Joshua over here has a young dog named Titan who's wearing a properly fitted prong collar. Joshua, will you go up to the camera real quick and just let him see it on Titan? Good, and you'll see how snug it is. Great, but not too snug. Okay, and now you're going to use this collar the same way that you would use a nylon slip collar, compression collar. The one thing that you'll find out is that the input that you have to give is going to be far less, far less. So in the process of learning that, if you're used to your dog wearing a harness, or you're used to your dog wearing a flat collar or a martingale collar, if you're used to that, then you've developed muscle memory, and you're used to yanking and yanking and yanking. Well, you yank that hard on a prong, you will get a yelp. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're probably going to get a yelp. And if you do, just go, oh, wow, Bryan was right. I don't have to give as much input. So just dial it down a little bit. No big deal. No one's going to die over a yelp. Just let it go and just start thinking. Remember, they always say the means justifies the end. The end is a well-trained dog. This is just the means to get you from point A to point B. All right, Joshua, demonstrate it a little bit for us. So all you'll notice with Joshua, if you look at the video from yesterday, that his input to this young pup is going to be far less than what he did with the slip collar on Roscoe yesterday. So a little tighten here, moving along. Now this is going to be a big boy when he grows up, a big, beautiful, powerful lab, learning at an early age that when we walk with humans, we walk next to them, we don't pull them. And then the same thing. Yesterday, Joshua pulled up on the slip collar. Today, he pulls up on the prong collar. But the biggest thing that you will learn is that the amount of input that you have to give for a prong collar in comparison to a slip collar is way less. Way less. Hence why this has become the tool for people who unfortunately kind of own a little bit more dog than they can handle. We have a great power disparity. Just big dog, small lady, you name it, it's just powerful, determined animals. And gosh, even with a great skill set, this dog is overpowering me. Well, no longer. This is like, the slip collar is like a stick shift and the prong collar is like going to an automatic. I guarantee you, every time we've ever put one on a dog, and we've done this for thousands upon thousands of dogs over the years, I always ask the owner, go home and try it out for a couple days. If you don't like it, it's just not working for you, bring it back. Well, we're batting 1,000. Not a single one has ever returned. Ever returned. You ever have one come back, Joshua?
No.
Never.
And a lot of people didn't want to put it on there in the first place.
Yes.
Never a single return.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear Joshua say the same thing. A lot of people didn't want to put it on there in the first place. I've had people almost had in tears in their eyes thinking, oh my gosh, has it gotten this bad? Do I have to put that kind of device on my dog? Have I failed that miserably? It's amazing because within usually about 15 minutes to 30 minutes, now you get tears of joy. Check me out. Oh my gosh, I've never dreamed of walking my dog like this. It's just amazing. I tell you what, we love the transformation that we see. And that's what's possible with the prong collar. So if you can just get over the stigma over it, over the look of it, I actually think that once the dog has it on, man, it's like some bling. It's looking good. Shine that thing up a little bit, get a mirror finish on it. Thing looks
gold and black.
Yeah, you can just make it look all antique or something like that. Man, I tell you what, you're going to love it. Just do me a favor. We mostly use it to fine-tune dogs or to really create a great walk. This is not a collar I would have your dog wear all day long. It just isn't. It's a tool that will start to wear on the neck over a period of time. Make sure you take it off. Inspect that neck. Make sure the neck's good and healthy. And make sure we don't have any penetration into the skin. Just keep an eye on your dog. Just use it reasonably. And you'll find, I promise you, anyone out there that has used one, if you've used it properly, I'm telling you what, you're going to have an incredibly trained dog. And, Captain's got this one on right now, but you've never seen him wear one in a video. It's only because I don't have to. But I did use one to train him. But now that he's trained, I don't have to use a prong collar any longer. In fact, I don't have to use anything, nothing. He can be naked as a dog, and he's still going to be wonderful in my life and in my world. And that's what this is all about. Again, just a tool to get you from point A to point B. So again, that's the prong collar. Just make sure that you don't get one that's too small for your dog, meaning the really tiny links. I would never put a prong collar like this with these links on it on a very large dog because the tensile strength, just the actual strength of the metal itself, could give way. So again, make sure any sort of dog that's over about 25 pounds, use the medium links. They'll work out great for you. All right, if you have any questions, you know where to reach me, Bryan with the Y at tamingthewild.com, or just put a question on the comment section of this Facebook Live feed. And if you found this information helpful, please share it. That's what we're trying to do here. We're simply trying to make life and ownership with a dog enjoyable. I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful Friday and a great weekend coming up. I'll be checking back in with you guys again tomorrow. Have a great day.